Hello. Welcome to my free webinar. Welcome from whatever time you're watching this from. Watching this in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, or at night. Greetings to you. So, whatever part of the world you are watching, I know this is mostly for Nigerians, but we also have Nigerians in diaspora who are going to watch this webinar. So, welcome to my webinar on how to buy and sell Nigerian stocks using your smartphone with less than 10,000 naira. I intentionally said 10,000 naira because I started buying stocks in Kaduna as a copper with 8,000 naira. So I've had people who started with 5,000 naira who were just getting to start, and it also depends on your risk tolerance level. So who am I? My name is Kitamuji Asemi. So that's my photo there by the side. My name is Kitamuji Asemi. I'm a Google certified digital marketer, a graduate of business management from the University of Calabar, a member of the Forbes Black community. I'm the owner of Limitless AI Solutions, an AI consulting firm. So while I was a digital skills trainer, I directly helped over 450 persons become Google certified digital marketers. These persons were in Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, Uganda, Zimbabwe, South Africa. Indirectly, I've assisted and trained over 4,500 young persons to acquire digital skills. So I generally help individuals and organizations discover opportunities for growth that yield income to fund their desired lifestyles, leveraging on digital tools. So that's my LinkedIn profile. You can check me up on LinkedIn. My name is Kitamuji Aseme on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Instagram. So yeah, feel free to check me up on LinkedIn. So my story, like I said, I started buying stocks as a copper in Kaduna. So I've always known about stocks, shares since I was a child because my dad was a banker. So it was a normal gist in my space, but I never took advantage of it. And in December 2021, to be precise, I bought my first set of MTN shares after it was announced. Then MTN announced they're going to sell their stocks. So I bought mine with 8,000 naira at the time. So a number of my close MTN stocks then was 189 naira. But as of the time of recording this video, MTN stocks currently is almost about 800 naira, about 700 to 800 naira at the moment. So a number of my close friends got in like I did. So as more and more friends got in, so my people kept asking, Kita, how do I start buying stocks? How do I start buying stocks? So I got reached out to my broker. Then the system was not even as easy as it is right now. Then I have to send email to my broker. They will send me some forms. You fill the forms manually. They will create an account for you, a web account for you. You now start paying and buying stocks. Now you just need an app. My broker has an app that he uses. Everything is just seamless. Within 48 hours, your account is approved and you can start buying stocks. So my broker is tested and trusted. So I was told it was possible for others to buy MTN shares at the time. Then they had about 13 stocks in their portfolio, but now they have over 140 in their portfolio. So these are testimonials from some of my students who have taken my training. The first person said, the training was good. I love the fact that you explained well to everyone's understanding and carried everyone along. I love my progress, and with time I would invest more. I like the fact you keep updating on what stocks and mistakes not to make when purchasing stocks. You take your time to compile everything. It's a good one. Thank you, coach. The second person said, attending the stock training online class was a rewarding experience. The training was straightforward, easy to understand, and well structured, which made it easy for me to follow along. I have gained a lot of valuable knowledge about buying stocks, and this has greatly increased my confidence in starting my investment journey. Throughout the process, Mr. Kitamuji has been very supportive. He always responds promptly to questions and provides clear guidance whenever I need help. So welcome again to this. So this is not a time wasted, it's a time well invested. So you could have been anywhere, but you chose to be in this training, so I don't take it for granted. So I'm going to ensure that this training is worth the time invested, is worth your while. So ride with me. So who is this training for? This training is if you're a student, if you're a copper, if you're a civil servant, you are a professional, a businessman, a businesswoman, anyone seeking to create sustainable source of income or interested in investing in Nigerian stock exchange or in the US stock exchange, anyone seeking a lifetime investment, when this training is for you. But this training is not for everybody. Those persons who are interested, who are disciples of Ponzi scheme, lovers of get rich quick schemes, those people who do not have do not have risk tolerance, those people who have short-term financial goals. You want to invest 100k today and invest 1.2 million naira next week. This training is not for you. Note: to invest in stocks, one must have a long-term investment mindset. Yes, that's my own advice. There are people who are day traders. They invest money today and they cash out maybe in the evening, or just once the stocks add value, they just cash out. Um, those are just traders, basically traders. But if you want to be an investor, you have to have a long-term mindset, play the long-term game. So it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. So Warren Buffett, as of 2025, the sixth-wealthiest man in the world, started buying Coca-Cola stocks in the year 1988. Today, he owns over 400 million shares. His company, Berkshire Hathaway, owns over 400 million shares of Coca-Cola, approximately 9% of the company. The dividends that were paid to him in 2025 was over 800 million US dollars, and I understand it was paid quarterly. So you can imagine 800 million US dollars from dividends alone, and this year definitely is going to earn more dividends. So these are the persons who are not wanting this trend. If you are if you are someone who is interested in get rich quick schemes, you don't have no risk tolerance, you have short-term financial goals, you're looking for money that you just put 100k today or 5k today and get 1.2 million naira next week. If you're a disciple of sponsor scheme, this training is not for you. So there are some misconceptions about stocks investing that I said I was going to treat. One of them is you require large amount of money to start buying stocks. You do not require large amount of money. I started buying stocks with less than 10,000 naira in 2021. I have friends who started with 5k. I have some. In fact, one of my students last week started with 200,000 as of October last year, and this week that just ended, he sent me a screenshot. That money had grown from 200,000 to 325,000 naira. The stocks he bought had increased in value. So you don't have to. I know people who start with 500,000, 200,000. You can start with 5,000 and see how it was. Start learning the process. Then you can start increasing as your risk tolerance improves or increases. So it is hard. It is not hard. It's not, in fact, I didn't have this information I'm sharing to you now. At the time I started in 2021 December, I didn't have this. It is a get rich quick scheme. It is not a get rich quick scheme. You need to know so much about stock trading before you get started. A bulk of what has happened, I'm going to teach you. I didn't even know. I just started on my own, learning by the ropes, and finally I got to this level, and I learned it, and I'm going to share everything with you. So you don't need to know. You just need to know the basics to get started. As you get started, you keep on learning, keep on acquiring more knowledge, keep on acquiring how the market works, or what stocks are performing well. Like in the year 2025, over 60 companies in Nigeria, out of the over 149 or so companies listed in Nigerian Stock Exchange, paid their dividends. Yeah, I have the list of all those companies. Imagine just plugging into those companies that pay their dividends. Okay, this year 2026. In fact, I'm going to share one with you freely. In the month of May this year, Transpower, that is Transcorp Power, is going to pay our dividends. If those persons who will buy the stocks on or before a particular date in the month of April, will earn that dividend. Even as I'm speaking to you now, talking to you now, and as I'm saying, you're watching this recording in February 2026, you go and buy that stocks today before that date in April. I can't remember the exact. I think April 14th or so. That before the a particular date in April, you can earn the dividends when the dividend is paid in the month of May. So it is not a get rich quick scheme. It is not. You don't have to know so much. So there are some basic terminologies in stock investing I'm going to teach you. I'm going to let you know that you're going to have an understanding on. The first one is, what is a stock or what is a share? A stock is simply a type of investment that gives you percentage of ownership in a company. That's just basically it. It's an investment asset or an asset class that gives you a percentage of ownership in a company. So when you purchase a company stock, you are purchasing a small piece of that company. And when the company makes money, you also make money. And an owner of a stock is called a shareholder. Yes, once you own stocks in a company, you are called a shareholder. Now, what's the stock market? The stock market is basically the platform where stocks of companies are bought and sold. That is it. So you only buy stocks in the Nigerian Stock Exchange, but you through a broker. You don't go as an individual to go and buy stocks. So when you buy a stock, you are buying a piece of a company. It is regulated by the Securities and Exchange Commission in Nigeria. Yes, for the Nigerian Stock Exchange. So the Nigerian Stock Exchange is the Nigerian's official market for trading in stocks. Yes, companies list their stocks so that investors like you and I can buy and sell them on their platform. So other ones include the London Stock Exchange, the Ghana Stock Exchange, you have the Kenyan Stock Exchange, you have the New York Stock Exchange, the I think Japan Stock Exchange also, and Nasdaq. Now, what is a dividend? A dividend is an amount of money paid to shareholders, often annually, by a company out of its profits. For example, in 2021, when I bought MTN stocks bought stocks in MTN, I received four dividends for a dividend four times. April 2022, August 2022, March 2023, and August 2023. So dividends are paid on the number of shares you have in a company. For example, if I have 1,000 shares in a company and they agree to pay 10 naira dividend to be paid as dividend per share, I will receive like 10,000 naira paid to my bank account. Yes, I receive my stocks paid in my dividend paid in my bank account. So I'm going to show you some proofs of my dividend from MTN. So these are proofs of my MTN dividend payment. See, these are email notifications from MTN. The first one, my first name is Peter. Dear Aseme Peter, MTN Nigeria has approved payment of final dividend. They approved final dividend for the stocks I have in their company, and they paid me to my bank account. So these are classification of dividend. Dividend is classified into two main types. You have interim dividend. These are classification by timing. Interim dividend is paid during a financial year, quarterly or mid-year, based on partial profits. It does not require shareholder approval. So, for instance, last year, Guarantee Trust Bank, Zenith Bank paid interim dividends while the year was ongoing. You get now final dividends are paid end of the year based on the full audited profits. It requires AGM approval. It's usually the main or largest payout. Yes. So this time of the year, many companies will pay final dividends this year. Many companies, from the profit they made in 2025. Now, classification of dividend based on form of payment. Cash dividend. Cash dividend is paid directly to shareholders' accounts. These are the most common type of dividend. I have received that. All the dividends I've received so far are cash dividends. Now, they have dividend, stock dividend, paid in the form of additional shares instead of cash. Yeah, so you can also earn stock dividends. Then scrip dividend. Shareholders are given the option to receive either shares instead of cash. It's very similar to stock dividend. Then you have property dividend. It involves distribution of assets other than cash or stock. So you have classification of dividend based on frequency or policy. So this refers to how often or under what policy dividends are paid. So regular dividend, for instance, it is paid consistently based on a company's stable earnings. Special dividend is a one-time payment, often large due to windfall profits. When the company makes so much profits, that's when that is paid. Extra dividend is an addition to regular dividend, often not reoccurring. Then you have liquidating dividend. It is paid from capital reserves when the company is winding up. So these are some dates you need to know when it comes to dividend. Now we have declaration date. This is the date time that the company will announce publicly that shareholders will be paid dividend on a particular date. Now qualification date. Now they'll tell you now for you to receive dividend. Now, for instance, Transcorp is saying that this is a good example. Transcorp is saying that in the month of May they are going to pay dividend. Now, for you to qualify for that dividend, you have to receive you have to have had dividend in that company or own shares in that company before a particular date. So let's assume that date is April 16th, 2026. If you buy your shares in Transcorp before April 16, 2026, you are going to receive that dividend in May 2026. Now, closure date. This is the date in which the dividend amount declared is removed from the stock price of such company. It is also called a markdown date. Then the payment date. This is the date in which the dividend declared is paid to qualified shareholders via their bank accounts. Yes. So if they announce that in the month of May 6, 2026, we are going to pay dividends, on that day expect a credit alert. You just expect it. It just drops in your phone, in your bank account. You just get an alert. So amount has been paid. Maybe your dividend is 20,000 naira, 30,000 naira, based on the number of dividends, the number of stocks you have in that company, and the dividends that will be to be paid based on the number of stocks you have. So that's what you are going to earn. Investors versus traders. So who are investors? These are people who buy stocks and hold for long term. Usually they receive dividends. They are not quick to sell off their stocks even when it drops in value. For instance, um, I read Femi Otedola's book, Making It Big. He stated there that there was a time he was living off his dividends. He used to receive dividends from the companies he had stock in. He had shares in. At the time, he said that there was a time he was the largest single individual who had it, like the largest single individual with the most stock in the Nigerian stock exchange. Imagine. He has stocks in many companies, UBA, Zenith, and all. Just recently, he just bought. Recently, I think it's more First Bank now, and he sold his stake in Gerugu Power. So he is a long-term investor. He doesn't buy and flip for short-term profit. He plays a long-term game. So the second categories of are traders. This set of people buy company stocks for quick profits, mostly for flipping. They buy stocks and immediately sell it off once it appreciates in value. They buy stocks for short term, usually for quick profit, or for capital, like capital gain. Yeah, capital gain. So once the share appreciates, let's say you buy stocks today, 300 naira, and tomorrow you wake up, that stock has grown, maybe appreciated in value, and is now 350 naira. You sell it off and get that 50 naira profit. So what are the benefits of trading in stocks? Source of income. It serves as a stock of income for other investment plans. So you can get your stocks, your investments, your dividends, and use it as a source to buy or invest in other plans. For instance, there's a pastor called Pastor Matthew Ashimolo. Once I heard him say that he once had stock in a particular bank. He sold it. So when the stock increased in value after a number of years or so, he sold everything and went to buy land. That's where the land where he built his university is situated. I heard that one of the seminars I attended one time where he came to speak. So you enjoy you enjoy a portion. Another benefit is you enjoy a portion of the company's earnings via dividends. Then stocks allow you to earn while you sleep through dividends and capital gains. Yes. So dividends is the money paid per stock when a company earns profits, and they say, okay, let's share a small portion of our profits to our shareholders. Then capital gain is the difference between the money, the amount used in buying the stock, and the current value. So let's say you buy the stock at 100 naira, and in 2 months' time, the stock becomes 500 naira in value. So it means your capital gain there is 400 naira. So you can sell that, get your 400 naira, invest it in that stock, or invest in another asset, or use it to do what you want to use it. So the fourth is regulated markets. Yeah, but public companies must disclose their financials so as to give investors data for decision making. There's no such thing as hoarding what's happening in the company. You have to declare your financials. You have to print out your reports at the end of the year at a certain time publicly. So you have multiplied returns via reinvesting dividends. You can invest in individual stocks, invest in index funds, ETFs, depending on your risk appetite and financial goals. So some stocks you can buy Seplat. In fact, as this slide was prepared sometime last year. As of the time I prepared this slide last year, you can see as of value of Seplat stock value of Seplat as of September 2025 was 5,379 naira. As of January this year, it was about 5,900 naira. As of the time of this recording, Seplat stock is 8,000 plus. 8,000 plus. That's the value. So imagine someone who bought Seplat at 5,000 naira. The person will be having like gain of about 2,000 plus per stock. In fact, when I first bought Seplat stock in August 2023, I bought it at less than 2,000 naira. I think it's about 1.8 or 1.6, less than 2,000 naira. Today it's valued at 8,000 plus. MTN as of September was 400 something naira. Now MTN is about is about 700 plus. Airtel, Dangote Cement. So these are very profitable stocks. Seplat, MTN, Airtel, Dangote Cement, Transcorp Power. So there are other profitable ones too in the market. So clearinghouse number, it is a unique number that identifies each investor in the Nigerian capital market. I could call it the NIN of stock trading. So this number is like your NIN of stock. So this is how you are identified at the Nigerian capital market, and it will be created for you by a broker. You can't create it by yourself, and it's free. Central Securities Clearing System. This is the Nigeria's Central Securities Depository, licensed to carry on the depository, clearing, and settlement of all transactions in Nigeria capital market. Your broker will help you create this. Yes, broker will help you create. Mine created mine for me, and usually takes about 48 hours. My broker does it very, very fast, about 48 hours. And once you have this number, you can start buying stocks. How to get started with stocks? Yes, how do you start buying stocks? So most of you came for this. How do you want to learn how do you buy stock? It is simple. You need to open an account with a reliable and trusted broker. That's it. You can't go on yours. Some banks can sell directly to you. Some banks have their own. Like some people when Access Bank, Zenith Bank, Fidelity Bank, and some other banks were selling their stocks, you could walk into the bank, say I want to buy stock. They just give a form to fill, and you get an email or a text message that you've bought stocks. But behind the scene, they'll create a CHN account for you. They'll create a CSCS account for you. They'll do all that for you, and you can start buying stocks from only that company. But if you want to buy stocks from other companies, you have to go to a stockbroker. So once your account is set up, you can use the platform to search for stocks you are interested in buying and buy the stocks. It is not rocket science. As simple as this looks, a number of persons have been duped. Yes, brokers are everywhere, both the fake and legit brokers, and there are plenty on Google. You can use that. There are plenty of them, legit ones, the fake ones on Google. Mine is an investment banker that I use. So for you to learn how to buy stocks, you need to go to a stockbroker. Yes, a stockbroker. Many of them have platforms. A very common one there is Bamboo. Yes, a very common one there is Bamboo. Register on Bamboo, and you can start buying stocks. Yeah. So that's the first part of this training. So I've told you now the myths involved. The myths are associated with stocks. Like everything I promised I'm going to say, how to get started with stock. I promised you that, and I've done that. The myths that people believe that are not true. Yes, and the 5 stocks you could get started with. So I've covered all that. But I have something to introduce to you for all those of you who perhaps may want to join my own broker. So I'm introducing something to you. Stock O'Clock. Yes, Stocks O'Clock. Yeah, Stock O'Clock, what is it about? It's a hold you by hand, simple and very practical guide with support that will help you get started with stocks trading almost immediately. Yes, you just get started. So everything you need to know, how to navigate it, the stocks to buy, how to use AI to research stocks, everything. I just package everything for you. It's just like a playbook. You just enter inside, see it and play. I'll show you more. So see what some of my students have seen again. I want to say big thank you. This is from one person. Big thank you to Kita Aseme for his training on stocks buying and trading on Nigeria Stock Exchange. Kita really broke down the concept of buying and selling stock shares with practical examples. He showed us what was working, no fugazi at all. Yeah, he taught even the complex concepts of analyzing company performance and co with such simplicity that it would be impossible not to understand. That is it. And his support, my God. Kita was super supportive. I give full support. After the training with constant follow-ups, reminders, and documented guides that everyone in the training could implement. By implementing what I got from Kita's training, I was able to successfully process my unclaimed dividends and shares transferred to my preferred stockbroker. Imagine, he bought stocks from from a bank, and I told him how to get those stocks down to one platform with my broker. So all his stocks are in one platform now, so he can manage everything, can see how his stocks are performing from my broker's platform. Kita, if you are reading this, I want to thank you and tell you keep up the good work. You are a solid man. Thank you very much. So this other man, in fact, this student to my right, Sentiments aside, this training session is the most comprehensive teaching of the stock market within a short period of time. Despite I read economics, I never had the knowledge that deep before now. As I speak, I not only know how to buy stocks for investment, but also have a good understanding of the best time to buy, sell, or even hold. I also have a good understanding of the metrics to look out for before investing, timing of returns. They are just few amongst many other tips. The knowledge and assistance the facilitator offered to me have helped him to become a shareholder in a reputable company such as, okay, I had to cover that, and I'm still observing the market strictly based on the course guideline while also learning in the process. I wish I had attended the session long before now. Thank you for not getting tired of my frequent questions. That is it. His name is Jubril, actually. I didn't cover that below. So Jubril, in fact, last week he reached out to me. He started with about almost 200,000, 198k or 200,000 there, and his stocks right now is about 325,000. He said something to me. He said, I wish I had bought more. Imagine, he started with 200,000. Some people start with 5k, and now his stocks about 325,000 there. That's the capital gain is 125k on top. Capital gain, imagine. So he can take that 125k and buy some other stocks. You can take that 125k, perhaps go and chill, buy some other, withdraw it and spend it, buy, get some clothes. That's it. So that's what some of my students are saying. See on that one, Veronica. So I don't want to read this again, so for time. So these are some testimonials from some other students. I'm glad I came across the course. Didn't know I could buy shares and that easily. I have even informed a few persons close to me about the opportunity, and thank you for following up on account opening process. I already given up before. I will be with you till you get everything. That's it. So on that person to my left, Veronica said, I would say if I hadn't been you, I wouldn't know anything on how to get my shares or start investing in shares. Your support has been great. Your assistance in my registration and helping me get started, and also see that I am growing in it, and also through Shares O'Clock, I'm able to connect with one of the best brokers in the world. Thank you, Kita. Let's Shares O'Clock, let's start investing. So that is it. That is it. So see what you are going to be getting when you get Shares O'Clock. Access to my broker's platform free of charge. My broker is Nigeria's leading investment banking, securities trading, and investment management firm, built to serve distinct needs of business owners and strategic long-term investors. So it is licensed by the Security and Exchange Commission. So I use this broker because it's an investment bank. I don't use fintech apps for my Nigerian stock specifically, because my broker is an investment bank, registered and recognized by the Securities and Exchange Commission. It holds trading licenses with Nigerian Stock Exchange, FMDQ, FX, NSD exchanges, and it has won such awards, numerous awards, Euro Awards for Excellence, Nigeria Best Investment Bank 2012, 2013, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2019, 2023, 2025, and 2024. I'm sure they win it 2025 now. I've not checked for 2025, this is 2024. Africa's Best Bank for Advisory 2026, 2016, 2018, 2019, and 2021. Global Finance Best Investment Banks Awards, Best Investment Bank in Nigeria, Best Equity Bank in Nigeria. And they have done financial advisory services for brands like First Bank, Lagos State Government, River State Government, Access Bank, Sigma Pensions, Titan Trust Bank, First Guarantee Pension Limited, Coronation, Union Bank, GSK, name it. So I buy most of my Nigerian stocks. All my Nigerian stocks are from this particular broker. My US stocks, I use other brokers, but for my Nigerian stocks, I use this particular broker for a reason, because it is an investment bank. They have a presence in Nigeria and a presence in Ghana. So I'll give you access to them, how to sign up, easy peasy. Within 48 hours, usually your account is signed up. In fact, I signed up my uncle last week Saturday on Valentine's Day. On that same day, he got his account created before we went to bed. It was that fast. I was almost surprised, because usually it takes about 48 hours, but now it's now less than that. So if you sign up today, by Tuesday max, maybe Monday, let's say, because this is weekend, by Tuesday, on or before end of Tuesday, your account shall have been created, and they have a very good support system. Just send an email, they respond to you. At times they even call you on the phone. So the second package, what the second thing I'm going to share with you, or going to give you, is 101 recommended profitable Nigerian stocks valued at 100,000 naira. So not just these four here, 101 profitable Nigerian stocks that companies that are doing very well in Nigerian stock exchange. I'll give you 101 of them. The list, you just see them. You see the value as of September last year, and so you don't see how they've been faring. I'm going to update that list this year very very soon to have the figure for 2026 and 2025. So this a year ago will now be like 2025, and this current year will now be the stock value for this year will now be on this second column. So this is the second package I'm going to give to you. The third package is 70 recommended profitable US stocks. 70 of them, and at least 30 of these companies or so Warren Buffett has stocks in these companies. About 30 of them, Warren Buffett has stocks in the companies. I just have 70 of them I'm going to give to you. 70 of them, 70 recommended profitable US stocks. Access to a platform to buy 8,000 foreign stocks. You just want to get 8,000 foreign stocks. These are not Nigerian stocks. These are stocks outside Nigeria, US. 8,000 of them. I'll give that platform free. Access to platform you can buy both Nigerian, US, and UK stocks. About 40,000. They have about 40,000 stocks on their platform. I'll give it to you. Access to two platforms you can buy Nigerian and US stocks. I'll give them access to you. When you get shares o'clock, the value is about 400,000. I'll just give it to you. Take. How to use AI to research performing stocks you can buy. The value is about 100,000. I'll give it to you. Package 8. A guide on when to buy, when to sell, and when to hold your stocks. How to know what stocks to buy. One of my, if you remember the testimonies I read earlier from Jubril, he mentioned now he knows when to hold, when to buy, and when to sell. I'm giving this guide to you for free. All these guides, I compiled them myself. I'm giving it to you for free. 50,000. That's the value. Guide on how to analyze company stocks before buying. I'm giving that to you too. Guide on trading and investment strategies. I'm giving that to you. That's the 10th package. I'm giving it to you. Guide on how to invest during scary economic times. I'm giving it to you too. You are getting that guide too. 5 WhatsApp channels that give daily updates on Nigerian and US stocks. Like every day, even today now, they've given updates of what happened yesterday. 5 WhatsApp channels. Every day I just open my WhatsApp channels and just check. These five WhatsApp, I get up-to-date information. In fact, one of them, Femi Otedola mentioned one of them in his book. I'll give them to you. 5. You just see them. So you'll be getting up-to-date information. Up-to-date information. What's happening in Nigerian Stock Exchange? What's happening in the US Stock Exchange? Okay, which stocks, which company is going to pay stocks this year? In fact, there's a platform I'm going to give to you too that every Monday they will tell you at the beginning of every month. First of all, at the beginning of every month, let's say every first or second of every month, they'll tell you the stocks to look out for that month, the stocks that will pay dividends, the stock to hold, the stock to buy more, the stock to sell, the stock to acquire. They will give that every morning. They'll start telling you. So you just have up-to-date information on the go. That platform they send to your email every Monday and every first or second of the month. You get those updates. These are size of the 5 WhatsApp channels I'm going to give to you, and it's different. The list of the 60 plus companies in Nigeria that pay dividends in 2025. I'm giving this to you too. Take, my people. Take. Giving this to you. So the final one is you have a lifetime access to my support group. I have a WhatsApp community for all my students. So if you attend this training, be in one WhatsApp community. If you have questions at any time, you just send me a message. You can see, thank God you saw all the testimonials. They all said that I give maximum support. That's I don't like having plenty students in one class, so that I have time to settle them, to reach out to them. When they reach out to me, I can just meet them at a different point of needs. If the one I can solve, I solve. Else, we'll fire an email together. Tell them what kind of email they can write to the broker, and their problem will be solved, and that is it. So I'm not this kind of facilitator that we train you, and when you are stuck, you need help, and I abandon you. I don't do that. All my students are usually happy with me. Because of that, I always give them maximum support. Sometimes I become a monitoring spirit. I'll come and ask you, how far? What stock have you bought? And they'll be like, I've not bought any stock. These are the stock. Check. What stock do you want to buy? Buy this stock. Don't buy this one. And they'll come and say, I've gotten testimony. I say, congratulations. So these are some of the testimonials again from, if this one of my students who gave this testimonial, he said that the story of what he said, that sometime he attended a leaders conference and he wanted to buy stocks, and while I was testing the waters, I felt it to scam. You see, so in first 2 months or 25 after the incident, I promised myself that that wasn't going to happen again. I also get knowledge, and he got a copy of a beginner's guide. He got a book, and he entered GT Bank to make inquiry about stocks. They referred him to a broker, but the process was too complicated. He came to me, and within a week, he went through my training. I told him the apps to get, the platform, and he went through everything. One person gave this testimonial, and now he has started buying stocks. He has started buying stocks. Another person said, this training was really insightful and far beyond just the general class. You personally guided me step by step until I was able to set up my account, successfully bought some stocks. Since then, I have been able to carry out transactions on my own, and it has been working well. Your support throughout the whole process had made everything a lot easier and gave me confidence to continue. That is, his name is Jeremiah. This other person, the most impactful moment was when you shared 5 recommended stocks to buy right away. I invested in one of them, and it has already paid me dividends. Imagine, the first dividend notification was a thrilling validation of his guidance. What really set his training apart was his ongoing support. That is it. I give ongoing support. Sakita was always available to answer my questions with patience and clarity, proving he was genuinely invested in my success long after the course ended. Imagine. Thanks to Sakita, I have progressed from a complete novice to a confident investor with growing portfolio. His mentorship has been valuable in changing my financial future. I cannot recommend his training highly enough. So that is it. So these are what you'll be getting when you at shares o'clock. Access to my broker, 101 recommended profitable Nigerian stocks, 101 recommended profitable US stocks, 70 recommended US stocks. Access to a platform to buy 8,000 foreign stocks, platform 5, package 5, platform to buy 4,000 Nigerian, US and UK stocks. The 6th package is access to 2 platforms you can buy Nigerian and US stocks. 7 package, how to use AI to research performing stocks to buy. Package 8, guide on when to buy, when to sell, and when to hold your stocks. Package 9, guide on how to analyze company stocks before buying. The 10th package, guide on trading and investment strategies. Package 11, guide on how to invest during scary economic times. Package 12, 5 WhatsApp channels that give daily updates on Nigerian US stocks. Package 13, the list of 60 companies in Nigeria that paid dividends in 2025. You just see all of them. So you not just start playing which company will I go and buy stock. You just take the companies that are performing well. And there's another list I'm going to 10 companies in Nigeria that perform so well. Only 2 of them pay dividends. But these companies perform so well. In fact, one of them started about 5 naira and ended 2025 with about 72 naira. You know what that means? Imagine if you have bought that company, let's say 100 units is 500 naira, and that 500 naira, then at the end of the year you bought 100 units at, let's say, 5,000 naira. 100 times 5, and that's 500 naira. Yes, you buy 5 units at 500 naira. Then December, that company the capital gain was now 72 naira. Imagine how much profit you would have made from that. Imagine how much profit. So you now deduct 72 minus 5 naira. That's like 67 naira. Capital gain 67 naira. So that's the capital gain. Imagine that if you had that 1 million naira invested in that stock. So have like 10 of those companies that will give to you too. That's like package 15. So what's expected to you? Once you grab shares o'clock, you sign up my broker and you start buying stocks. You just go through the materials, the guides I have, everything. It won't take you 2 hours. They are very short because I know people have very short attention. Everything is all sharp. Short. Nothing long. It won't get up to 1 hour. It's just that it's something you need to just go through. And you don't have to study everything at once. Just have the basic training of what stocks about, and you start buying. Register my stockbroker. You see the stocks to buy. You put your money in the platform and you start buying the stocks. So you won't pay. How much is this short o'clock? You won't pay 300,000 naira, although the price value is about 1.4 million naira. The price value of what I'm going to give to you. You won't pay 200,000. You won't pay 100,000. You won't pay 50k. You won't pay 20k. But chicken, it's just 14,990 naira. This money cannot even buy you large pizza at Domino's Pizza. You can't buy large pizza with this amount of money at Domino's. So it's just giveaway. Yes. So that money that you to go and buy large pizza now, I'm not saying you do not enjoy yourself. You can invest it in your financial or investment future. So you see what everything I'm going to give to you again. You see what you'll be getting, access to the two platforms, everything you are going to get again from the platform. So this is what you'll be investing, 14,999 naira. So just click on the link below this video or in the description section. Click on the button below this video to get access, and once you just sign up with 14,900, it will automatically sent to the support group. Once you get to the support group, I won't even ask you for your email, because I'll get an email that this person has signed up. I'll just take your email and put on my Google Drive. You just have access to all the materials ASAP. And in case you are wondering, yes, is there a guarantee? Yes, there's a 30-day money back guarantee. If you buy this program, you sign up to Shares O'Clock, and you say that the package attached, it does not meet your expectations, send me a WhatsApp message for a refund. Go to law, I'll send your money back to you, and you go. I'll just send your money back to you. And to the glory of God, everybody who has taken my Shares O'Clock, nobody has come back for a refund, because I always give you more than you invest in this training. Nobody has come back for refund. So I ensure that I give you let's say I give you 1,400 naira. If you give me 100 naira for my training, I give 1,000 naira worth of value. That's what I do. I ensure that I over deliver. So now is the time to get started. So just click on the button below and get started right away. Click on the button below. So like I said, it's 14,999 naira. So you can see what my students are saying. This is another person, Paulina. Shares O'Clock was actually an eye-opener for me, helped me understand how shares operate. Before, I thought it was something quite difficult, but you made it easy to understand, and that's able to navigate the app and bought my shares on my own. I had a great experience buying shares Kita. Thanks to the support of Kita, he guided me through the process and helped me overcome my challenge that came up. The process was straightforward, and I am glad I made a decision to invest. So these are some other testimonials. Favor. Good evening, sir. Your Sheglo was a straightforward guide on getting started in investment with broker. It was an educative, practical support. Omo, you were sure there, like always available to assist, answer the questions. You went the extra mile to ask your insider friend for personal questions and give him hope, especially when my login was having serious issues. Then she was even using the old platform. She was not even using the current platform now. My support is top notch. My support system is top notch. You carry my matter on your head, asking if I had purchased any share. Time for dividend payment, you were sure to ask if I got mine. And yes, not just NTM, I got also GTCO. Imagine. Once you asked me about Seplat made, it stuck to my memory, and immediately I bought some and I had some cash and bought it. Going a step further, when I asked you about other share companies shares not sold by you, you gave me a prompt and reliable answer. So you see, I always give support to my students. So click on the link below, the button below, or check the description section of this if you are watching on YouTube, and you have access to the Stock O'Clock in a matter of seconds. Thank you for coming to this webinar. God bless you. See you on the other side.